Okay, today we're going to continue our JavaScript tutorials and we're going to be looking at passing variables to functions. You can see that I've cleared out. We had been building and building and building on the same script, and I usually try to avoid doing that in my tutorials. I don't want it to be too much. So we're going to start. We have a basic little HTML file here with one little div tag with a header tags for the word hello. So now we're going to create a few functions that we're going to pass some variables for that are going to change the inner HTML of those div tags. So let's go up here into the header and start writing out our scripts. We're going to start with our script tag here. So script, and the type of script is going to equal a text script. What type of text script? JavaScript. And we're going to close that tag there, and we're going to put the end tag here, script. So everything inside here is going to be our JavaScript. We're going to create a function. That function, we'll call it myFunc for my function. Doesn't really matter what you call it. I mean, you can name it practically whatever you'd like. We're going to pass two variables to that function where they're going to be names, people's names. So we'll create a variable called name1, and then a comma, and we'll create another variable called name2. Then we're going to say document dot get element by ID, and we're going to look for one with the ID of div1 because that's the ID that we've given this div tag here. And then we're going to say dot inner dot, oh, no dot there, inner HTML equals, and then we're going to say, let's give it a header tag here, so we have a nice big font there. And we're going to say plus, we'll say name1 plus, and then we'll put a string of end with spaces around it, and then plus another variable, which would be name2. So far we have the words name1 and name2, and we're going to add a little more of a string down here, our friends, ending that with a semicolon. Okay, so that's great. We created a function that's going to catch some variables and then change that div tag to new HTML. Oh, we also want to close our header tag there. And now we just need to create something that will run that function. So let's just create a button like we've been doing. We'll say down here in our body, we'll say button type equals button, and button on click equals, and then we're going to put the name of our function, which is myFunc, and then we are going to put the variables we're going to send to it. So we'll start off with Chris, that's me, and Jen, that's my wife. Let's put these in single quotes here, and then let's save it. Should refresh up here, and we have a button. Oh, we need to give some text to that button. So we're going to say KJ, and then we'll close our button tag. Felt like I had forgotten something. Okay, so now we get the button, and there's the text on the button. So now when I click this, it's going to start this function and send those two names to it, and then change that element to, say, Chris and Jen, our friends. Very nice. Okay, so that's great. We passed a variable. Let's create another button here. We'll say button type equals button, and we'll say on click equal, and same thing, myFunc for the function we created, but we're going to pass names. Let's say Bob, comma Tom, and we'll just call this BT, and we'll do / button to close that out. Save it. Okay, we got hello. When we click KJ, it says Chris and Jen are friends. If we click BT, it says Bob and Tom are friends. If we click KJ again, it goes back to being Chris and Jen are friends, and so on and so forth. So we're just sending these variables to that function, and that function is manipulating that div tag. Let's just, for time's sake, I don't know why I deleted the first one there. Let's change that back to Chris, Jen, KJ. And we'll put in a few other names here. We'll say Billy and Timmy. And we'll change that to BYTY, just to have something on the buttons. Obviously, you would make the buttons a little more appropriately tagged. Sarah and Tom are friends, and how about Bob and I can't think of a name, Fred. How about that? And don't forget to change these so they say something in. We'll say ST. Once again, I'm just putting labels here so the buttons say something. We'll say BF right there. Save that, and when it refreshes, you'll see we have all these buttons, and we can click through them, and each one sends different variables, so we get a different output from there. Once again, if you wanted them to be split up onto different rows, you can just add yourself a HTML break, like so, BR tag, and now we got 2 lines of buttons. So that is passing variables to functions. I hope that you found this useful. Please visit the links in the description as well as my site, filmsbychris.com. That's Chris with a K. And I hope that you have a great day.